small update in the Keimani Latigue situation. The judge granted the grandmother the rights to the remains and to do the funeral. It's very sad that Keimani's remains were going back and forth to different funeral homes because the mother wanted the body, the grandmother wanted the body. So thank God that uh, they're gonna finally put her to rest. And I'm waiting for the so-called father's trial because they're saying that this man is not her father. So I'm waiting for his. I want to know what's going to go on in his trial because it should be very interesting. They say the grandmother has something to do with it. I don't know. We don't know that, so I guess we're just gonna wait for the trial because the grandmother obviously is not arrested, obviously. So, um, just wait for more facts to come out. But rest in peace to Keimani.
Judge Jack Puffenberger made it clear why Keimani's mother and grandmother were in court. Keimani's mother, Tiara Caston, appeared virtually.
There seems to be some disagreement between next of kin on how the disposition of the deceased remains.
Her grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, filed this paperwork in probate court on Friday, asking the judge to hear the case. The grandmother said her only desire is to dispose of Keimani's remains respectfully, but they can't bury the child because she and her mother are fighting over who has the right to plan the funeral.
To my understanding, we had a disagreement only because she felt like she wasn't invited to the ceremony, only because we have not kept in contact since the situation arose.
Police say Keimani Latigue was murdered at the hands of her father, Darnell Jones. Her body found in this abandoned home. The community outraged. Her body moved from funeral home to funeral home. Judge Puffenberger saying this has gone on too long. He based his decision off of how close the women were to Keimani and their plans for the funeral.
She's not just been in my house for the past 5.5 years. When she was with the prior custodian, we still kept contact to the point where Keimani was still coming back and forth to my home.
Keimani's mother told the court,
"The last time that I was permitted to see my child was her 11th birthday. I would say that based off of the interactions that I've had with my daughter and the conversations that we had, I do believe we were close."
Ms. Latigue, I assume your daughter would be invited to the private family funeral.
And of course,
You would not try to exclude her.
no.
he asked how the grandmother would pay for the funeral.
Was there some community money donated for a funeral?
There were several organizations that are providing their services. So to date, again, everything is paid for.
The judge ruled in the grandmother's favor.
What I had planned was a private ceremony so that the family could attend, and we have a open casket funeral, and then there was a public ceremony also planned for the community.
And Keimani's grandmother told the judge that she would like to have Keimani's funeral this week. Back to you.
And how long was your granddaughter living with you on a daily basis? For 5 years?
For the past 5.5 years, yes.
How frequently did your daughter visit?
We haven't seen her collectively since her 11th birthday, which was 2022. And my other daughter went to Cleveland to pick her up. Other than that, she claimed she had no transportation to even come to the birthday party.
So I'm sorry, you might have said this already. There would be a private funeral?
There will be a private ceremony, and then there will be a public ceremony for all of those that donated. It's our way of saying thank you. We appreciate, your gestures.
When would the private one be?
The private ceremony will be for family only.
And that would be when?
That will be Thursday.
And then the public ceremony, right?
Correct.
And the funeral home is Can you do that?
Yes. They're just waiting on me to get back in contact with them and let them know whether we should go forth or, you know, if it rules in her favor, what she's going to do.
Ultimately, the judge granted Dorothy the right to proceed.
Okay, y'all, they just ruled that Dorothy Latigue has won the rights to plan Keimani's funeral as opposed to her mother, Tiara. The judge said something about logistics or what have you. Anyway, she being Dorothy, is going to be in charge of it. They're going to be having a public service on Friday, and there's supposed to be a private one that we're not going to be privy to. A lot of people are not going to be feeling this, but we just hope that the services are as beautiful as they can be. I'll come back and give you guys some updates as soon as I have them. A few things. Darnell Ogletree, he's going by Ogletree, has his arraignment tomorrow, being that Thursday at 9:00 a.m. I don't know if it's going to be live. I don't know if they're going to open it to the public, but it's tomorrow at 9:00 a.m. Keimani's funeral walkthrough for the public is going to be on Friday. I'm going to post the information down below. It's supposed to be a walkthrough memorial. It's not supposed to be anything that's going to be like, you know, online as of right now. Also, another update. I looked at the Lucas County for the children's services or what have you. I looked at their actual conference that they had. In that conference, it came out again that Darnell Ogletree, Darnell Jones, is nowhere on record as being her father. The reporters tried to go in and try to go deep, but they were not given any information. I heard somewhere that Darnell Ogletree or Jones confessed. I have not seen it anywhere. I've looked. Hopefully, after the arraignment, we'll get the information, and I'll keep you guys updated.
All right, guys, so we have an update in the Keimani Latigue case around her father, Darnell Jones. We know that he was shot by police almost 2 weeks ago, and people were wondering, when is he going to actually be in court? When are we going to hear something about him? But unfortunately, everything was at a standstill because he was shot by police when they were trying to apprehend him for the crime and the unaliving of his own daughter down in Toledo. He had fled to Columbus, Ohio, right? Well, he was well enough today to be released from that hospital and taken to a correctional facility down in Columbus. Now, it is being reported that he is being held at the James Carnes Correctional Facility. He was taken there today, and he is going by his surname Ogletree. Now, in addition to that, he has an arraignment in Columbus on Thursday at 9 a.m., but they haven't given us any information when he'll actually be extradited from where he is now in Columbus, taking him back to Toledo, because that's actually where he committed the crime. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted and see what the updates are for Thursday.